Hello once again, everybody. Steve Guy here, host of the AIW Wrap-Up Show. We had a special show coming from Tequila Jack's in Menor on the Lake, Ohio. It was an action-packed show as usual. Main evented by the intense title, a triple threat match. Flamita, special guest here, DJZ. But in the end, it was Alex Daniels retaining again. And of course, we had another special guest. Brian Myers had to cancel at the last minute. And stepping in out of nowhere, the franchise, Shane Douglas, catching the crowd by surprise and putting on a show. Unfortunately, he didn't pick up the victory either, but a hell of a show. And another man that was a part of the show, I'm going to bring over right now, had an incredible match. Josh Prohibition, you want to step in here?
Which is my better side?
Welcome to the wrap-up show. You tell me what's your better side, buddy.
I don't think I have a good side.
Well, okay.
All right.
You had an intense matchup with Sonjay Dutt here tonight.
Absolutely.
I mean, you guys went through the history, and it was on. Yeah. No love lost.
No, I'll tell you what. 18 years ago, I was saying it in the ring. Sonjay and I were on this backyard wrestling videotape, and that was shoot. You know, we loved pro wrestling.
Sure.
And that was our only avenue. You know, to two kids out in the backyard just doing something that they loved. And I don't think either him or I ever envisioned that it would become what it became, and getting to travel the world, and, you know, him and I wrestling in other countries against each other. And then right back here in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio, it is pretty special to just be able to do something that we both still love this long down the road.
Yeah, and how fun is it to kind of rekindle that, so to speak, in a promotion that you love and has become your home in AIW?
Yeah, absolutely. AIW has really, you know, been just a blessing to me, because to be able to step in the ring with guys of Sonjay's talent, you know, here in Cleveland, Ohio, or Mentor on the Lake, 45 minutes from Cleveland, it's just amazing. I always tell people how lucky I am. I see guys that have to fly around the world to step in the ring with the talent that I get to step in the ring just in my own backyard here in Cleveland.
Well, Josh, thank you. You picked up the victory.
Absolutely, yeah. I got Ethan Page and Josh Alexander at Absolution.
It's going to be a tough road.
Absolutely. I told John Thorne and Chandler Biggins, put me in there with the best that you can, because I need to be at the top of my game if I'm going to defeat those two. I hate Ethan Page, but I'll give him the devil his due. He is a hell of a competitor, and I just hope on Absolution that I come out on top.
Well, that's right. Best of luck to you. Josh Prohibition, our gauntlet for the gold winner. You will be going for the Absolute Championship at Absolution.
Thank you.
Thank you. And in the females match that we had this evening, Shayna Baszler returned, and she took on our next guest, Veda Scott, who also was accompanied by Ray Lynn. A little trick there at the beginning. Ray thinking that she was going to take on Shayna, or made Shayna think, and it didn't work out so well.
I think you're supposed to be interviewing Ray Lynn here. I'm just
You're just here
for support. Yeah.
Well, Ray,
moral support. She's a good friend. Moral support is what we got going.
All right. As I mentioned, you did kind of start the match as though you were going to take on Shayna. Was that
I
planned
thought about
tactics?
it for a second, but I think she realized that I'm still too weak with my hand.
And it wasn't a good scene for her at this moment in time.
It wasn't time for me to get back in the ring, and she knew that. You know, like a good caring friend would do.
I felt it. I saw her, and I saw it in her eyes as I was standing behind Shayna, about to jump her from behind.
I was like a wounded baby bird. You know?
Is it more so because it was Shayna Baszler, and that's why you felt like it wasn't the right time to get back in the ring?
No, that definitely wasn't why. No.
Okay.
No, it just wasn't time.
So then when can AIW fans expect to see you back in the AIW ring, in a match that you are actually in?
You know, I'm going to have to feel that one out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to have
day by
It's
moment.
day by,
And we saw it tonight. It's moment by moment.
Yeah.
Minute by minute.
You never know. You just never know.
Well, ladies, thank you for joining us here on the wrap-up show. Veda, feel better.
Of course she's going to feel better. She's a warrior.
Do you want to have another match with Shayna Baszler?
Well, yeah, I have to get my win back. So
Okay.
I mean,
can't help it.
just checking.
You had that. You did.
That was a scouting exhibition.
Okay.
There.
Well, yeah, background on MMA.
Okay, basically
Sure.
that was about me at 65%.
Okay.
Feeling it
Dude,
out.
you don't even
Sure.
want to see when she
feeling
goes
it out.
to 100.
65%, 110.
You don't
Well,
want
is
to
my
see it.
usual level.
I think
You
the
can't handle it.
fans would enjoy seeing that 110% then.
Someday.
Someday, all
I'm
right.
going to give that 110% here at AIW. Not today.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies. Have a good evening, and best of luck next time. I think. All right. It was a crazy show, as we said. We're going to bring in another guest right now. The doctor himself, DCR. Open up the show in the six-man scramble, whichever side you want, doctor.
I'll stand on the right.
You were in yet another six-man scramble.
Yet another one.
Didn't quite pick up the victory.
I was not the sixth person in AIW history to win a six-man scramble. That went to Jerry, because there only has been now 6 people to win a six-man scramble.
Oh.
I thought I would be lucky number 6, but I was wrong.
Your Yale education perhaps not paying off, paying dividends.
I
there.
mean, I was not outsmarted by Jerry. I unfortunately had the task of going against 2 people that apparently think I wronged them, in Joshua Singh and Dominic Garrini, who I've pinned Dominic, and me and Josh,
Sure.
we were seen eye to eye, but then Josh decided to betray me, and now he's got some sort of vendetta upon the good doctor himself.
Well, and let our fans know this, because there were some scary moments, I guess I'll say, in that matchup. I mean, you guys put it all on the line every time you're in one of these six-man scrambles. What does that really do to you? What kind of toll does that take on your mind, your body,
people
anything?
Online, people on message boards and everything say that AIW six-way scrambles are not only a way to get your name out there, but they're a human demolition derby. And that's what we did tonight. We went out there, we put our bodies on the line, and with dedication, confidence, and respect for myself. I mean, I don't need these fans, but you know what? I'm going to go out there every night and prove to myself that I can hang with one of the best independent wrestling organizations known as Absolute Intense Wrestling. And that's what I try to do tonight. I came up a little short, but the Yale University PhD in psychology holder, Daniel C. Rockingham, is going to make sure that at Absolution, possibly, we might see a little bit. If not, you get better guarantee that starting in August through the year, I'm going to make a statement here in AIW.
Well, Doctor, thank you for joining us here on the wrap-up show. Best of luck here to the doctor, Mr. DCR.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Steven.
That's fine. So it was crazy. It was action-packed. We're going to bring in a man now who returned to action tonight at AIW in a tag team match.
Give me that microphone.
And then
Give me this microphone.
This is the Duke, and Duke, you.
Everybody knows who I am. Go ahead.
Well, I always like to give you a proper introduction if
Thank
I
you.
can here on the wrap-up show. Thank you for joining me.
I was instructed by the office to come here.
Well,
so
you kind of were a little relentless even after the match on Weird World.
well,
And then there was the whole Frankie Flynn interruption.
all right. I'll address your Weird World comment first.
Yes.
They don't belong in the wrestling ring. They don't. It's very simple. Anyone with any wrestling knowledge at all knows they don't belong. So we had to teach them a lesson. And yes, to your second point, Frankie Flynn came out. I was distracted. That's my fault. I think I kicked out at 2 and 99/100ths, but Potato said 3. I disagree, and so I can't touch Potato because I don't want to get suspended. So I had to take my frustrations out on Weird World, and that's what BJ and I did.
You absolutely did. And then, of course, you were challenged to a tag team match at Absolution. We have no idea who Frankie Flynn's partner would be.
Frankie Flynn has no friends. I mean,
What is your vendetta against the students here at AIW? You are the veteran.
yes, I am. It's really not anything that they've done to me. It's the fact that this entire company treats BJ with an inherent lack of respect.
Okay.
I mean, you should see that. I bring him back at Gauntlet.
Yeah.
They put him in a scramble at Forgot About Dre.
Sure.
They make him wrestle Candice LeRae in the JT Lightning tournament, which is absurdly ridiculous. And we felt the best way to make a statement was to beat up whoever won the Back to the Future Cup. It just so happened to be Frankie.
Okay.
I mean, I have a history with Frankie. I don't like Frankie.
Yeah.
That's no secret. It just we didn't expect Frankie to win. I mean, quite frankly, no one expected Frankie to win. He did. Wrong place, wrong time. I mean, That's what happens. He got a bee in his bonnet with his stupid ass freaking, field marshal jacket he has on and his acting skills, whatever the hell he does, and he wanted to stick his face in our business and not challenge me, but challenge BJ. I mean, how dumb can you have?
He's clearly trying to make a name.
There's a reason why he's called the Buzzsaw, BJ Whitmer, because he cuts people in pieces. And I will just, no matter who his partner is, I will just unleash BJ upon him. And that's what's going to happen. I mean, he asked for it. He'll get it, but he asked for it.
Well, I'm sure the rumors will start flying as to who Frankie Flynn's tag team partner will be at Absolution.
Nathan Lane it's going to be.
From the Birdcage.
He's a Broadway guy. I mean,
all sorts
Frankie
of,
likes to pretend he's an act. It's going to be Matthew Broderick or the dude from Hamilton or Nathan Lane. I can't remember the dude from Hamilton because he has a three-name weird Spanish thing going on.
Well,
but I mean, it doesn't matter. Whoever he's going to get is not going to be a professional wrestler like BJ Whitmer, and it is going to be ugly. Yep. It is going to be brutal. It is going to be stupid because everyone knows at Absolution I do something stupid, and I am going to do that to Frankie Flynn.
Well, there you have it, folks. Duke, thanks for joining me, sending a message about how he will send a message at Absolution. I got all sorts of guests lined up here. We're gonna go right now to my left, Miss Shayna Baszler, her second time here on the AIW Wrap-Up Show. Your second match at AIW. This time, you taught a lesson to Veda Scott, and you pulled out a win at AIW. How's it feel to get that first victory here?
Well, a victory always feels awesome. It was, it wasn't as awesome as I thought. I was with all of them running around.
Yeah, there was a little mix and match, and Ray Lynn said she was going to take you on, and then you got hit from behind by Veda instead.
That's still the pro wrestling business stuff that but I'm coming along. I'm getting it better, and it didn't get the best of me tonight, at least this time. So, it was to send a message because I'm marching through the bodies that are left in this. I've got my eyes on gold wherever I'm at. So.
Yeah, finding yourself back at AIW for the second time now. Speak to a little bit about your experience here. Are you, enjoying the promotion? Is this a place you want to make a home?
Yeah, I'm a Midwest kid. I grew up in the Midwest, so coming here is very familiar and homey feeling. The crowd is awesome. The AIW is the best wrestling in the area, so there's not anywhere else I'd want to wrestle if I'm going to come here. So why not wrap it up into one, right?
Absolutely.
Midwest is best.
Wow, there you go. Shayna, thank you for joining me again. We hope to see you again here in AIW real soon.
As long as there's bodies here to be broken, I'll be back.
There you have it, folks. So watch out. Shayna Baszler ready to break you in half. Thanks, Shayna. All right, we're going to bring over now a man who was in the main event tonight. Looking no worse for the wear, but he did retain the Intense title. Alex Daniels, I guess first, how are you feeling there, buddy? I mean, an incredible match with Flamita and DJZ.
Yeah, I can add that to my list of 2 more international stars that I put away. So it feels good. It feels real good. Steve, to tell you the truth, I'm a little...
Guess who? Hi, it's me.
Hi, Veda.
You look cold.
Veda
Wear a hat.
back
Thank
again.
Thank
showing
you.
her support.
Do you have any questions?
I do. What does it mean to you that you are setting the bar here as an Intense champion. You're being put in these matches. DJZ, Flamita, these are world-class athletes.
That was all one match he had tonight.
Yeah,
All one.
against 2 men who are world-class athletes. How do you feel that you're raising the bar for the Intense title?
I said when I won this belt, I was bringing intense wrestling back to this title. When you have a parody in wrestling like Jerry, a guy who's a comedy act, a guy just nothing brings the laughs. There's no good out of that. There's no good out of laughing. This is real. This is real. I'm a realist. I'm bringing real, intense wrestling back to AI wrestling. Do you understand? Do you understand?
I do, and I will say this to your credit, Alex Daniels. It's worth noting that you picked up this victory without Gregory Iron standing
That's
ringside.
real. That's real.
So for anybody who was doubting you, maybe what do you have to say to them as you did this?
Hold on. Who was doubting him?
Who was?
Well,
who was? Can you answer that question?
I just think that there certainly have been whispers and murmurs that
That's so unfounded. But
can Alex do this without the help of, well, now Hope and Change by his side?
Hope and Change and realist.
Well, what do you have to say then to anyone who thinks that you can't do it without Greg and Veda at ringside at any time?
To anyone who thinks you can't, that I can't do this? Tell them to just watch this match. Watch every single match. Watch every second of Alex Daniels, and you'll know what kind of person I am, what kind of wrestler I am, what kind of realist I am.
Well, Alex Daniels, thank you for joining me here on the wrap-up show. Congratulations on retaining your Intense Championship, and we'll see you at Absolution.
We will.
And thank you again, Veda.
I'm just here to watch.
All right. Well, we're going to go to another guest now. I'm going to turn my attention over here to a tag team who really wanted to get the Lake County crowd going, and you did pick up a victory. It's Weird World. Gentlemen, how excited are you to get a win tonight? Against
Steve Guy worldwide. Very happy to see you.
Yeah, happy to see you.
Very
guys,
happy
too.
to be here. How you feeling, Whereby?
I mean, I wouldn't use the term excited because like the match already happened, but I am glad we won. You
You
know?
beat BJ Whitmer.
Dude!
And Duke.
Who knew it? Who would have thunk it?
So is that to say you don't have a lot of confidence in yourself? going
No,
into
not in
match,
the
or-
least. But BJ Whitman, one hell of a competitor. What heck of a competitor. I don't know where this is going.
I don't know where this is going. Yeah, BJ Whitmer. I mean, I would be lying to say I wasn't scared stepping in the ring with him, but at the same time, I understand that what he did at Back to the Future Cup when he powerbombed my friend Frankie Flynn, the first of a living breed, Frankie Flynn.
First!
That pissed me off, so I went straight to Wadsworth and I said, give me those two bald-headed fucks at Menor on the Ohio.
Whoa, language.
Get angry.
Because, you know what?
Never saw Weird Body so angry before.
BJ Whitmer, all the respect in the world. He's a heck of an athlete and a competitor, but all the balderdash and falderall that one Duke, and his name says it all, the Duke has been throwing Frankie Flynn his way. That's really upsetting me. You know what's not upsetting me? I get to take this cup home tonight, and I'm pretty stoked with that.
Yeah, it's a good cup.
All right, well, Weird World, thank you for joining me.
No problem.
There was a Diet Coke and vodka in this, you know, like watching my girlish figure doing work all day worldwide.
New side of Weird World here tonight
Weird
with an
body.
extended vocabulary.
Weird world.
And anger, it turns out. All right, we'll turn to the other side, and another gentleman that was in the six-man scramble, looking no worse for the wear again, the Bone Collector, Dominic Garrini. How are you feeling there?
It comes all down to one thing. I went out after the match, and I saw a fan. They said, Dominic, why are you so upset? And it was real simple as to why I was upset, Steve, because I lost. That fan goes, oh, you weren't pinned, you weren't submitted, you weren't the guy that took the fall. You didn't lose. But in the record books, what does that say, Steve?
That's in the record books. You didn't get the W.
It's an
L.
So to me, that's a loss.
Let me ask you this, Dominic. Talk a little bit about maybe the difference in these are always a demolition derby, but when you are at somewhere special like Tequila Jack's as opposed to our typical home in Mount Carmel, do you need to take in something in mind because the surroundings are a bit different? You're always ending up on the outside of the ring. Is there?
I mean, for me, obviously, coming from the mixed martial arts background, I'm not used to being on the outside of the ring, and maybe there's some adjustments I need to make. One thing I'll say, obviously, I haven't come out on top yet in AIW. Obviously, it just hasn't worked for me. And you know what? maybe something's got to change. You know, I come down and I think something might have to change. And
cameo by Gary.
Yeah, cameo by Gary. You know what? Something people don't know about me was when I first started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
I was pretty bad, Steve. Pretty bad. And you know what? By continuing to apply my craft and training and just going out and doing it, I got better. To the point where I reached the top 10 in the world. Heck, even you said it tonight. I'm ranked higher in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu than Brock Lesnar.
You are, and now I had to ask you about that. In saying that, is that a tactic to get the crowd to take you seriously and get them on your side, or it seemed like it kind of pissed off a few people?
Honestly, if it pissed people off, have at it. Because you know what? I've been applying my craft for 8 years. Brock Lesnar, he paid Comprito to come in and give him that blue belt. I worked for my purple belt. That's why I said what I said. So you know what? If that upsets people, then they can be upset. But you know what? I'm going to come out here, and if people aren't taking me seriously after my match with Hot Sauce Trace Williams at the J-Lit, you know what? Maybe they'll never take me seriously. And maybe it's going to take me breaking some bones to get people to take me seriously, Steve.
Well, Dominic, thank you for joining me here on the wrap-up show. Another AIW student, keep training, and I imagine we are definitely going to see you start picking up victories here in AIW, collecting bones.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. I'll turn to the other side now, and as I mentioned at the... A man who's becoming a regular here on the AIW wrap-up show. I'm going to let you hold... You get your own mic this time. It's DJZ. And this time, you were in a triple threat match with Flamita and Alex Daniels for the Intense title. And we know you've had the Intense title before because you are our only Grand Slam champion in history.
That's right. Yes, I
But
am.
talk about that match and what you went through. It was incredible. It was easily main event worthy, which it was here tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was pretty crazy for me because Flamita and I actually trained together in Mexico, but he was like 14 years old. So it was pretty crazy, like, to get in the ring with him again now. He's still only 21, I think. How crazy is that?
That's insane.
Like, that dude's that good and he's 21. I'm 29. Like, imagine how good he's going to be when he's 29. It's, like, pretty crazy to think about. But, yeah, man, I guess I'm like the go-to guy now when they bring in luchadors.
Yeah.
First we had the Chicago luchadors, then Laredo Kid, now Flamita. I don't know. I like working with the Mexican wrestlers, man. Like, they bring out, like, a different side of me, honestly.
They really do. And the AIW fans love seeing it. And and as you bring up the luchadors again, they were actually in action in a tag match here tonight. So, I mean, a little bit of pride. You got to sit one out with them having a match.
Yeah.
And you get to kind of just watch and enjoy, like, yeah, hey, I brought these guys here, now it's them.
And you know what? I actually did watch their match from the balcony as a fan just to enjoy it because I am legitimately fans of their work.
Well, sure.
I'm so glad that they're getting the opportunity to break out and make a name for themselves here in AIW because they work really hard, man. They bust their ass every time, and I think the crowd's definitely starting to appreciate it.
And you said it was crazy sharing the ring with Flamita, but and it was clear, I think, to the fans at the beginning here how you, you're not supposed to do that, they enjoyed the fact. You could see that you guys trained together because there was some standoffs there at the beginning of the match, which was fantastic. But not just crazy, was it special with this guy that you trained with at 14 and now here you are? Because AIW is kind of your home, away from home, so to speak, and you get to bring in another person and, again, special, share in the moment with him?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely special when you get to work with guys that you train with. Like, it's no different than when I got to wrestle with the Chicago Luchadors a couple months ago at Girls Night Out. It's like I train with those guys twice a week. So it's always fun to get in there with your friends. And Flamita, man, to know that dude since he was like a child, legitimate child, and to see the success that he's gone on to achieve, like, it's really cool to be able to get in with him all these years later and have a match. And some fans were telling me after the show, they're like, man, you guys had great chemistry. It looked like you guys worked together 1,000 times. First time we ever locked horns outside of practice.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. And you saw an AIW first, a world first here tonight. In DJZ and Flamita, Alex Daniels was mixed in there as well.
Yeah, that
little note thing, he picks out a victory retaining his title.
Bastard dropped me on my head.
We keep plugging that you're the Grand Slam champion at AIW. I mean, are we going to see you add to that? I mean, do you want to be the two-time Grand Slam champion?
Of course. I mean, I'm a regular here again. I'm not going anywhere either. So, every time there's an AIW show, I'm going to be here. And, of course, that is my goal, to get back any title, whether it's the Intense Division, the Absolute, hell, maybe even the tag titles. Who knows? I'll find some luchador to team with, and we'll go after the gold. Either way, of course, that's always the goal. Trying to win matches, put on these bangers, and win some titles.
Well, there you go, folks. You heard it here first. DJZ not going anywhere. So AIW fans, if you've been enjoying him, and I know you have, get ready for more in the future. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Pleasure. All right, I'm going to turn here now to my right. As I did mention earlier, it was supposed to be this gentleman right here. Come on in. Brian Carson.
Steve Guy, how the hell you doing?
I am doing well. You were supposed to have a match with Brian Myers.
I was.
Well, first of all, let's scale this back, because initially it was supposed to be Grado and Brian Myers. Grado can't make it. It's you and Brian Myers. And then you show up today, you don't know who the hell you're going to wrestle.
I don't know who the hell I'm going to wrestle. But to go back to the first question I asked you, how you doing?
I am doing
well.
Why
did you not ask me how I'm doing?
Well, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. You know why I'm doing great? I'm doing better than you. And you know why I know how?
Sure.
I beat an ECW legend tonight, Steve Guy. Did you ever beat an ECW legend? Did you? No. The answer is no. No, you didn't, Steve Guy. I beat an ECW legend tonight.
You did, and that's kind of where I was going, and I mentioned it at the beginning of the wrap-up show. The franchise, Shane Douglas, just shows up. But is it a little amazing that you were even in the ring with you beat him and you were in the ring?
Look, amazing, Steve Guy. That's a strong word to use about this situation.
Okay.
Amazing, okay? Yeah, 20 years ago when I was 7 years old, it would have been amazing, okay? But tonight, I just proved what I am. Excellence personified. I issue an open challenge in this dump of Tequila Jacks here at Menor on the Lake with all these infested people around ringside. And who shows up? Shane Douglas. I had no idea Shane Douglas was even here. You know why? Because he's so past his prime that he went unnoticed back there. You know who doesn't go unnoticed? Excellence. That's who, Steve Guy.
Well, I will say that the crowd seemed to enjoy Shane Douglas here, because they lined up at intermission, all sorts of pictures with him. However, the crowd did not take to Brian Carson very well this evening.
Steve Guy, do you really think I give a damn what one of these people think about me? No, because they're all jealous. They're bitter. They stay up at night wishing they could be Brian Carson. But there's only one Brian Carson, and Brian Carson defeated Shane Douglas tonight.
Well, as he said, folks, Brian Carson defeated ECW legend Shane Douglas here tonight, and he's very happy about it.
I got you speechless too, Steve Guy.
You do. He's very intense. Fits quite well into absolute intense wrestling.
Intense.
Thanks for joining me.
Maybe I'll
here,
go after that someday.
Brian.
You're welcome, Steve Guy.
All right, then. Well, that was Brian Carson. Now I'm going to turn my attention to yet another competitor from the six-man scramble. A man who fell on his head, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Gary the King Baller.
I got to make this quick, you know.
Yeah.
I got to go out there and make that money, make
Sure.
that paper. So make it real quick. Just got to let my fans know I'm alive.
Yeah.
I'm still
You are alive. You're feeling all right.
I'm all right. And for sure, I'm still balling. You dig?
I dig. Is that...
Got money to make.
That's it. Well, thanks, Gary. Well, I think we're well, just when you think we're all out of guests, it's Joshua Singh.
I got a bone to pick with you, guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got to get on the same page with my ring announcements, man. You always tearing me down.
I'm stating the facts, Josh.
I think there's a conspiracy going on. I don't think you're the head of this. I got to figure out. Someone has it out for me in this company.
Well, it's just, we go to say something about you, we have to be factual.
You got to be honest. You got to be honest. I can respect that.
Yeah. So another six-man scramble. We've noted it before
one.
in ring announcing. You've yet to pick up a victory.
Yeah, that's true. There he goes again.
Well, I mean...
Well, no, it's true. I mean, I make no excuses, but, in the past few months, Dr. Dan's really been the cause of that. I mean, let's be honest. I was this close to winning the Back to the Future Cup, if you remember.
Yeah.
And who got involved? Dr. Dan, after I eliminated him. He shouldn't have been out. He should have been out there.
That's very true. You eliminated him quite quickly, and
then tonight, he's out of the match. And then, I thought he was out of the match, and all of a sudden he's fighting me to the outside of the arena.
Will you settle this quarrel with Dr. Dan?
Absolutely. I have 2 quarters to sell. First is this conspiracy with my ring announcements, and second, and most importantly, is Dr. Dan, and that will be settled soon.
Well, I won't name names, Josh, but, I just announced what I'm told to announce.
I know you can. I need names, though, Steve Guy, all right?
Well, it's...
And I will find them. But the first name I'm worried about is Dr. Dan.
Well, I think that's the name you should worry about for right now.
Absolutely.
Joshua Singh, thank you for joining me. Good luck on your future matches, going after Dr. Dan, and getting those Twitter followers up.
All right, man, thank you. Yeah, I will get the followers up. I have plenty, all right?
Follow him on Twitter,
I have plenty.
at Joshua.
There's underscore Joshua Singh underscore. Joshua Singh was taken. I don't know. I mean, how many white guys with the last name Singh are there? I don't know. I thought I was the only one.
And there's an H in Singh, folks.
Yeah, it's an Indian last name. I am not Indian.
All right, well, thank you, sir.
All right.
I think we have finally gone through everybody to go through here for the wrap-up show. Thanks again for sticking around to watch. We hope you enjoyed What's in the Basement Klopek here from AIW and Men Are on the Lake at Tequila Jack's. We'll see you guys next time at Absolution.